Hello makeup lovers, how are you guys doing? Welcome back to another day of Indie Miss. Today we're going to be trying out the new Le Jardin Volume 2 palette from Kalav, which used to be Musee Beauty. This palette has a super beautiful color story, very colorful, so I'm excited to play with it today. I feel like I need a little boost to my mood, and I threw on a burgundy sweater to match. So here's what it looks like on the outside. It's so pretty. So in today's video, we're just going to go ahead and do swatches of all the shades, do an eye look, and then I'll kind of give you my opinion at the end. I do have an affiliate code with Kalav. I wanted to say Musee Beauty. I need to get that through my head. With Kalav, which is just AMYLOVES. If you are interested in this palette, last time I checked, it was still in stock, so I'll make sure to have it linked down below. But now let's go ahead and jump on in. Okay, so the first shade we have is Geranium, which just looks like a really pretty kind of vibrant pinky peach. We've got Snapdragon, which is a really beautiful metallic purple. It's like a light shade. That's gonna probably go in my inner corner today. I can already feel it. We've got Viola, which is a purple that almost looks pastel even though it's not super light. Okay, it's actually swatching pretty pastel compared to what it looks like in the palette. Next we have Petunia, which is kind of like an orangey coral shimmer. That one's actually really pretty. I don't know what it is about it. It just is like bright and muted at the same time. We've got Mint, which is more of just like a grass green. I don't know that I would call that mint. And then we've got Sweet Pea, which is a metallic purple. Lastly, we have the shade Rose, which looks like a really pretty kind of pinky berry shade. We've got Rosemary, which is a light metallic green, and then Primrose, which is a really pretty kind of mid-tone berry. I feel like you can see why I was feeling the berry tones already before we even began swatching, because I feel like the berry mattes are very cute. The berry mattes are very cute. I'm getting all mixed up, but there's the entire palette swatched out. I think it looks pretty. So here's what it looks like up close. Okay, so I think I'm going to start off with the shade Viola. I'm going to use that as my transition shade through the crease, which I mean showed up super pigmented right off the bat. I was actually thinking it was going to show up a little bit lighter, but that's okay. I'm just going to place it down in my crease and then whatever's left over blend upwards. I primed my eyes with the Anastasia Beverly Hills eye primer today, in case anyone is wondering. It's what I've been using pretty much every day lately because it just works so well. And honestly, I can't believe how long I've had the little mini tube for, and I haven't used it up because I just use it constantly, but a little goes a long way. So now I'm going to go ahead and take that shade Primrose, just grabbing it on the same exact brush, and I'm going to start that off in my outer V and then bring it through the crease. It's been a while since I tried a new palette from Musee Beauty, so I'm really excited to be doing this today, and everything seems to be blending and working pretty well so far. I mean, I feel like that purple and that pink blended together effortlessly. I'm going to go ahead and take the deepest shade Rose and just really focus that in my outer V. I actually feel like this palette would be really cute using it with the Orchid Do Not palette from ColourPop. Okay, now I'm going to go into the shade Sweet Pea, and I'm just going to use that pretty heavily along the entire lower lash line for a really pretty pop of metallic purple. I'm going to go ahead and put Snapdragon on my inner corner. Like I said before, I knew I had to do this. I feel like it just goes. Okay, so last but not least, what I really want to do and put all over the lid is that lavender purple. I thought it'd be a really cute matte eye, just on the lid at least. You know, obviously we've got shimmers happening here, but just to do the matte purple all over the lid and like kind of pack it on a little bit. Let's see. Just gonna go with my fluffy brush just so I can kind of pack it on and blend it out at the same time. I mean, I think that looks really pretty. And then whatever's left over, I'm just kind of blending the edge. I love how that turned out. I feel like that looks so cute. I did get a bit of fallout. I'm just gonna try and wipe away real quick. To finish up this look, I'm gonna go into the Nabla Cupid's Arrow Liner in the shade Arrow number 3, throw it in my waterline, throw on some mascara, and I'll be right back. For blush, I'm gonna go into the Ritual Defee blush in the shade Desire, which just looks like this. It's kind of like a brownie mauve. I'm gonna go ahead and throw that on my cheekbones. I was about to use a palette from ColourPop, and then I was like, oh yeah, it's Indie Miss. Let me try and use as many like exclusively indie products as I possibly can, and only bring in something a little bit more mainstream when I don't really have anything else to use. That looks really pretty. I'm gonna grab the About Face Light Lock Highlight Fluid Highlighter in the shade Fight or Flight, which is such a pretty kind of like pinky shade. Just throw that on the tops of my cheekbones. So pretty. And then lastly for lips, I'm just gonna go into, oh man, those are not indie brands. So I'm gonna go into the Makeup Geek lipstick in the shade Shy. So I'm gonna apply that pretty lightly because I already feel like I have a lot going on my lips, or sorry, on my face with my eyes. And I'm just gonna blot it. Alright y'all, so this is the finished look, and honestly I love how it turned out. I wasn't expecting to get such a beautiful purple look out of this palette. I know there's purples in here, but I feel like what I'm seeing on my eyes isn't what I saw coming out of this palette, but I think that everything blended really easily. The pigmentation was there. I feel like even for like being an all matte eye, it looks really, really nice and smooth, and it just looks the way that I would want it to look. I love the inner corner. I would have to play with this palette a little bit more because there's definitely quite a few shades I haven't tried yet, but I would say that overall the formula feels good. It feels on par with everything else that I tried from Kalav in the past. So yeah, I'm happy with it. I think it's cute. I'd love to know if you picked up this palette, and I will see you guys in the next video tomorrow.